I have lived here in Austria for a little more than 2 months now. The meetings with Austrian, as well as people from other cultures, have given me some insights in cultural differences. But now I would like to tell you about a moment when I realized that we are not only different. One Sunday, I was invited to lunch by another exchange student. He came from Finland, and even though Finland is located next to Sweden, I feel that I don't know the country as much as I'd like. When I got there, it turned out that the lunch I was being served was peasoup, with pancakes as dessert. Peasoup and pancakes is a Swedish classic, a typical husmanskost dish, traditionally eaten on Thursdays. I asked the Finnish people at the lunch if this is a tradition even in Finland, and it turned out that it was. Perhaps it's not that surprising, since it was just a little over 200 years ago Sweden and Finland were the same country. But I was still a bit shocked that this tradition that I thought was so typically Swedish is actually shared and practiced even outside of Sweden. This made me think about more national traditions that might be shared or have similarities with traditions in other cultures. I then realized that the Swedish tradition fika, which we are very proud of, resembles the Austrian kaffehauskultur, and one of our oldest husmanskost dishes, kroppkakor, is very resemblant to ädapfelknödel. I told my friend, another exchange student who is from Uruguay, about this, and she told me that she had had a similar experience. She told me that she found the Austrian schnitzel very similar to a dish called Milanese, which they eat in Uruguay. It was probably the Italian immigrants who brought it with them to South America in the 1920s. I think food is a great way to see how intercultural our own culture actually is. It's not just in our contemporary global world, where it is easier to travel and share food pictures and recipes online, but for all of our history, people have traveled, met and communicated with each other. They have exchanged information about dishes and preferences, which led to traditions from one culture becoming a tradition of another as well. Even though during my exchange here, I have felt different from other people in many ways, I have also felt similar and connected. This Peasoup lunch was one of them. And I then started to reflect about other things, dishes, activities, celebrations, routines, show us how we can be so similar in our differentalities.